tired of laying down my problems and picking them up again. I'm tired of dealing with this sickness and need a helping hand. So I'm trading beauty for ashes so I can change within. So I can change within. And today I'm starting over. My past is now behind me. Every tear I had to shed is working for His glory. I'm picking up the pieces and I'm moving forward. I'm trading in my sorrow 'cause my crying days are over. Today I'm moving forward, yeah. Oh, yeah. So today I'm starting over. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Because of the blood shed on Calvary, no longer confined to sin, I have been set free. No longer living yesterday, it won't hurt anymore. Forgetting all my past mistakes, and today I'm starting over. My past is now behind me. Every tear I had to shed is working for His glory. I'm picking up the pieces and I'm moving forward. I'm trading in my sorrow 'cause my crying days are over. Today I'm moving forward. Yeah, yeah. Today I'm starting over. Yeah, yeah. Any man that's in you, I know that you can make new. There's nothing that I can do that would disappoint you. I'm starting here and right now, not gonna let it keep me bound. So I give it all to you, and today I'm moving forward. Today I'm starting over. Yeah, yeah. Get your minds, get your brains, let's do it. Get your body, get it up, now moving forward. We gotta keep it pushing. Baby, in my corner, so I gotta keep it pushing. Get your mind, get your brains, get your body, get it up, moving forward. We gotta keep it pushing. Baby, so I gotta keep it pushing. Get your mind, get your brain. And if you got your act together, we can make it happen in any kind of weather. 'Cause I gotta make something out of nothing. I turn it into everything, allow me to make it plain. Listen to what I say, the man in me. I've been down before, but now I'm UP. I've got the same body upgrade, mind, body, brains, and put that on everything. I'm moving forward, don't wanna look back. I got my life and I got it. Tell me who makes the flowers bloom in spring. Tell me air that you breathe. Ooh. Everything that you need, he will provide. So you may as well come on and give him a try. He's awesome. Ooh. He's awesome. He's awesome. What would I do without him? Couldn't even do without him. I won't be without him. He's awesome.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to ZMR Ministries. I'm Pastor Z, and thank you for joining me for another episode of EntrepreKNEWWHAT, where we highlight our entrepreneurs. We put the spotlight on them, and every month we get one entrepreneur and we highlight them for the entire month. But today we're going to be doing a sit down with our entrepreneur for this month, and she's going to tell you about what it is that she do, how she got started, what it is that she's doing now, and her future goals. Please help me welcome Tashea Scott.
Thank you.
You better give yourself a round of applause. Y'all, this guest is very special to me. All of our guests are special, but this is my cousin, and I'm so excited to be seen. Let me tell y'all, I am so proud of this girl. I mean, of course, growing up together, you know, being kids, and then, you know, getting older, going through college, and now we both doing our own thing, but I'm telling y'all, she is killing it. I am so proud. So I want to get right into this interview because I want everybody to know what it is that you do. And I want you to help other entrepreneurs, you know, out there so they can get their game on and start winning like you. So tell me what it is that you do.
All right. So I am a lash stylist.
Okay.
And a lash instructor. Mm-hmm. And I am a mentor.
Come on, keep it rolling. Keep it rolling.
I am a businesswoman.
Mm-hmm.
Like I am. So I have a lot of things that I'm just putting together.
Great. And how many degrees do you have? Yeah, let's talk about that. We're gonna put it all out there, y'all. She trying to be shy. I ain't gonna let her be shy. Come on, go to
I double majored in criminal justice and sociology for undergrad.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I have my master's in social work, and I have a license in lash as a lash tech, and I am licensed as a licensed lash instructor.
Okay, so tell me about your background. How did you get started?
Oh, I don't know. Listen, I never wanted to work in the beauty industry because my mama did.
Right.
And I was a big
and she was a stylist.
Yeah,
right.
my mom was
a
hairstylist, like my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
My daddy too.
Okay. He used to call them all out here. Let me say that. My Uncle Diary, he had our hair laid, baby.
Ponytails,
right, baby hairs, all the knockers, and people would be like, "Who called your hair?" I'm like, "My uncle."
Yeah. So I never really wanted to do it, which is why I went ahead and went to college.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know. You know, I was bragging for a little extra money on the side, and being a mommy of two at the time, I was like, yeah, I gotta do something different.
Right.
And so a girl that I knew from middle school, that I just admired her. She started doing lashes, and that's when I seen it. So I seen it on Facebook. I didn't know nothing about no lashes. I don't work. No.
She got her face
big nail.
Yes.
Good for you. But when I saw what she was doing, and I was bragging still, and she was charging like $75. And I said, they pay you that? How long it take?
Right.
And it was a little less of time. So I said, yeah, let me go on and try to figure this out.
Right.
So I finished my master's program August 2015. September, I was taking a certification class to do lashes. And I've been lashing ever since.
I'm telling you, and you know what? I tell people all the time, I was her lash dummy.
She was.
I was there every step of the way when she was going through her masters. I was watching the kids. You know, we was working at the same job, which we both was like, baby, this 9 to 5 ain't working. We were not happy about that. But then when she said, I'm gonna do lashes, cousin, I was like, okay. She was like, can you be my model? Yes, I can. I was up there back mine.
Model. I didn't know
it was
hard.
We don't do this. My lash was just out there.
Yes.
But I was so proud because I was, I'm all about taking the lead.
Yes, I know.
Taking risks. People say, you know what, Zion, I'm gonna start cooking apples. I'm like, okay.
Make them
Now you were saying that your mom was a stylist.
Yeah.
And you know, people typically tend to become a product of their surroundings. And even
yeah.
though you were running from it, you know.
I took off running.
But you actually still ended up in the same industry, not
Yeah.
doing hair, but you know, in the beauty industry.
Mhm.
So how is that working out? In
It's
relation to,
working.
you know, what you said you wouldn't do. How you like
So
it now?
I feel like I am able to, because I am evolving.
Okay.
Baby.
Excuse
let
me?
tell you something. But seriously, I feel like it really kind of put everything that I have learned, gained, went to school for it, and then stepping into this, it's just allowed me to put everything together. So, you know, I need social work skills.
Right.
To be
But you
able
got
to
a
deal
degree in
with
sociology.
clients.
You got a degree in sociology.
Yeah.
That's the study of human behavior.
Yeah.
How do I know that? Because my degree is in sociology.
Yeah.
We're educated.
Yeah.
We're educated.
And working, you know, just working in behavioral health hospitals, being a social worker, I'm a social service worker.
Right.
When I work for chapters, you know, CPS and stuff.
Right.
I feel like it just kind of started growing me. First of all, I need thick skin.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You
Especially
have
for
to
the
have
state.
it to
Yeah.
be an entrepreneur. I don't care what anybody says. But you have to have it. And so every step that I've taken from, I guess, high school up to now, even, you know, back then, I feel like I'll just kind of put it to where I'm in now.
So when did you realize that corporate America just was not for you?
When I finished my master's program, and when I drove to Maine, literally to walk across the stage, and when I came back and got back on that phone,
I remember.
I was like, yeah, I can't do this anymore.
Right.
And it wasn't because I didn't love what I was doing, because I was working from home before people knew that existed.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But I think just listening to the excuses, the lack of motivation, the misunderstandings, and things like that, I just was like, yeah, no, I can't do this anymore.
Right. So now that you've made the decision to leave corporate America, what was next? What was that process like? Because there are some people who are still in corporate America and they're listening to you like, okay, so you left, what's next?
So let me tell you what steps I had to take. I am a faith walker, so I'm not the person to come to and say, well, I can now. I'll take that out. Let me take that away. I am the person that can tell you how to set it up, whether you want to put money to the side, whether you just want to do it. But I am a faith walker. So I pray, I fast, I do all of it. And if God is telling me to go, I go. So when I went through that experience working in corporate America, I applied to a management position. The only reason I didn't get it was because I didn't know their system.
Right.
And so after that, applying to different stuff and interviewing and not getting it, but not being able to be told you're not good, you know, you're not good enough at this point.
Right.
It was never that. It was just, well, I mean, you know. So for me, I was like, I gotta do something else because I wasn't elevating it.
Right.
And so
I hear that.
I wasn't
elevating. That's good. That's
so when I left that position, I was making like $21 an hour. Well, you know how, you know. But I left there and went to a job making $800 every 2 weeks.
Okay.
As a single mommy of 2 babies. So just within that moment, it allowed me to learn and get more involved with the craft of lashing because I was doing it and I was very discouraged at first. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have anybody to talk to. Even though my mom was in the beauty industry, it's different now. So 30 plus years of being a hairstylist is truly different, you know?
Right.
And so I left, but the job called me. I was there for like a month and a half. And I was off because my baby was sick. And they was like, well, we're just going to have to lay you off because we don't have enough in our budget. It was a nonprofit. So research when you go to work at certain agencies so that you know if they are a corporation, a non-profit or for-profit, because all of that matters, and I didn't understand it.
Right.
But when they laid me off, I was like, "That's fine. Can I just come get my jacket and my and my charger?" And after that, I just started lashing, and I've never really looked back. I just know that I did a lady lashes for free, and we was sitting there talking. Never had met her in my life. She didn't know nothing about me. And I'm lashing this lady, and she was like, God just told me to tell you that it's gonna work out. Just do it. I was like, what?
Thank you for the word.
No, seriously. And to me, that was the second time within a month that somebody literally had prophesied in my life like that.
Right.
I never had experienced it before. So, and she wasn't surprised. I told y'all she was free. But she ended up giving me enough money to cover what I needed for my deposit.
That's how God do.
And I was just in total shock.
Right.
And I've been going ever since.
Ever since. See?
I've been going ever since. And the biggest thing I always tell people is you can't give up. Like, you can't feel like being an entrepreneur is not secure enough, because working in corporate America isn't secure at all. Because even though you're signing a contract, they can let you out in the morning. They can let you out. I was driving down the street when I got laid off.
Wow.
I wasn't even on the clock.
Wow.
So, and it was.
So you got fired
a
on
good
your
work.
job.
My baby was sick. I had been out for like 5 days.
Wow.
And that wasn't my fault, you know. And single parenting, you know, those are some things that we have to experience sometimes. So, yeah, I got fired on the day
That is so funny, because you know, of course, we think about Friday.
Yeah.
You got fired on
Oh
your
my
day.
God.
That is very
and I was just
interesting.
feeling lifting. I was just picking up medicine.
So you get fired or laid off on your day off, taking care of your baby. Was this the pivotal moment in your life, like the aha moment, like, you know what, I think this was providence. This was God, and I'm about to jump in.
Well, you know, back then I really wasn't as spiritual for myself.
Right.
I mean, we grew up in church.
Come on now.
It's all I know. But for me, it was not that.
Right.
It was more of, oh, well, I guess I'm going to just go do some lashes then, you know, because even before that, maybe a week or two prior, people would call me, I was just want to see, I seen you on Instagram, want to get my lashes done. I was like, okay, how much are that? Can you meet me at lunch? I would literally leave work, take a lunch break, go do lashes, and come right back to work. And so for me in that moment, I was like, oh, well, I can make a little money.
Right.
So I didn't feel like I was losing much of anything. Now, I ain't have any clients lined up.
Right.
Let's understand that. But it started working. And it was putting me in a position of where I'm at now.
Right.
And so, you know, at first I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I was at home with my granny. So I didn't have bills, you know? So I was like, okay, that's fine. I got one more check and unemployment coming. That's where I was. Because I knew then in that moment I had to figure out something else. Because I had a degree. I could go work wherever I wanted to work. And so I didn't take it as a huge loss in that point, in that position.
So when you did make the decision to say, I'm going to make this a career, has it been what you expected?
It's been amazing.
Has it?
Yes. It hasn't been what I expected. It's been like way
Beyond.
Because I've been very diligent in doing it. And so I hustled lashes. I was trapping lashes. I'm sorry, but seriously, I was. And a lot of people don't realize the difference. You know, people feel like, oh, I sell this product, I have a business there, and it's not what it is.
So explain to them
So,
what it is.
you know, anybody can sell apples in boxes. But if you aren't aligned as a business owner, you know, you can't walk in Chick-fil-A and the person on the side is gonna say, well, here goes some chicken sandwiches. I got these chicken sandwiches for $2.
Right.
You know, you have to make it work in a prospect of setting it up the way that you see when you walk into a doctor's office, when you walk into Macy's or wherever, like your business needs to be solid. You have to have certain things in place. You can't go to Chick-fil-A on Sunday.
Right.
But you can come to me and get lashes.
Right.
Between 12 a.m. and 12 p.m. Literally.
So they can come to you, get their lashes done from what time?
Well, when I first started.
Okay.
At any time.
Okay.
If somebody texted me at 1 a.m., I was replying back. That's not how you run businesses.
Right.
You know what I mean? Legitly, the way that you want it to be. So I had to start aligning stuff and putting a schedule together, a booking site, a website, you know,
presenting yourself as a professional
and not just one entity. And I feel like a lot of people say, well, I know she do lashes, but they're just looking at you as a lash person. They're not looking at you as a business.
Right.
And so that's where I feel like, you know, things lack a lot.
So before it was She Loves Lashes, it was I know a girl who do lashes. Like pretty much, because it's just like, you know, a braid shop versus the girl in the hood.
The girl
that do lashes. I know
lashes.
TT in the hood, or you can go to the braid shop, you know, and it presents you like, okay, I don't want to be sitting in nobody's house, which, you know, we will sit in somebody. Don't get it twisted. For the right price, I'll be like, well, baby, I ain't paying that at the shop. But I love how you set yourself up, you know, as a business owner, because it gives you more respect.
Yes, it does. And it's a catch-22 because, you know, I've noticed how my audience goes here and it does this. So every transition I take in my business, it changes the scope of my audience.
So what kind of transition?
So when I first lashing first, I was lashing anybody. Young girls, whoever. Right. But it took a client telling me one day, well, I be want to refer people, but they're not coming over here. So in my mind, I had to figure, I didn't know what that meant at first.
Right.
And so, because I'm like, well, what I do? And I asked her, and it wasn't me, it was my environment. It was where I was.
Right.
And I was in a shop, but it wasn't good enough. Let's just be honest. So, when I started understanding that concept a little bit, I was like, oh, okay, well, I gotta go somewhere else because I don't want to lose money.
So location,
environment,
right?
And it's not even just location; it's just about the quality and the environment of where you are. Because you know, we grew up in the hood,
right? Yeah.
And you may see some houses outside, and it's like, girl, I ain't going in there. But when you go in there, you don't want to leave.
It's nice, right?
And so it's just the environment and how you produce it. You know, and then you have to set yourself up to the clients that you want to
right.
And that's just what it is.
So what has been the advantage of leaving? First of all, before I get there, I want y'all to understand that she is not just a lash tech. She has a school.
I do.
Tell us how you transitioned from, you know, we know how you transitioned from corporate to now doing lashes, and now you're a mogul. She got her own school. You know, I'm telling you, you know, I'm no boost now.
School, like it's different. You know, I ain't just open up something.
Right.
I have a lash beauty school academy, and so my transition came.
And what's the name of it?
I Beauty Academy.
Plug it, girl. Plug it.
She Loves Lashes. I Beauty Academy, and we are currently located in Dallas in East Texas.
Yes, y'all see multiple locations.
So
yeah, we looking at them now.
Yes, we looking.
Go ahead and throw that out there.
Okay, we gonna do that. Hey, if you know and you need it, come get me. I'm coming. I will fly and travel.
I'm trying to drag everybody to Atlanta, y'all.
But when I started, so I got thrown into training. I didn't want no classes at first because I didn't think I was good enough, you know. But there was a girl, my first class was $400. She was like, just teach me, please, just show it to me. So I literally printed exactly what I got when I went to class, gave her the same stuff or whatever. And it was cool at first, but at first I was just like, eh. And then I got my own suite. And when I was working in there, of course, I started getting more inquiries about training. And so I was like, well, I just want to set up other women, especially mommies, because I am soft-hearted towards single parents.
Right.
Like real single parents, you know? And so...
Y'all catch this, like real single.
And let me just explain this real fast, because when I say it, some people take offense to it, but when you are 100% providing, taking care of your kids every single day, and you have like maybe a very, very, very small scope of people that you can depend on.
Right.
You know, my kids go to work with me. They go to business events with me. They're sitting there while I'm doing lashes.
Right.
My 6-year-old is a last shot baby. And I never wanted that for my kids because I experienced it.
Right.
The difference is she loves it. You know, she embraces it. They both do. But I don't get no help. You know, like to that capacity, and it's not to put anybody down.
Right. It's just your reality.
You know, and when it comes, I'm grateful. I definitely am, especially for my kids. But I say that because some people feel like, well, we ain't together no more, so I'm a single, and that's not what it is. Right. You know, so saying that it makes you work harder, and it starts to teach you how to work a little smarter, because you don't want to miss events, you don't want to miss field trips, and you know, we can't do that now. Right,
and I remember you saying that to me. You were saying, you know, Zanya, or she'd say Zanya, she was like, you know, cousin. She was like, you know, I remember when my mom was in the shop, she didn't miss my stuff. Because she was an entrepreneur, she owned her own stuff, she worked when she wanted to, and I want that for my kids.
And as a kid, I didn't understand what that looked like. Right. It was just my mama coming. Right. And my son does the same thing, you know, when he's at school. A teacher asked him one time, well, just see if your mom, he was like, oh, I know my mama coming. Right. You know, because I never wanted to miss it. I'm the only person that will be there. Right. Every day. And so that's what and it's a stressor, especially if you can't make it. But to just go back, when I started training, it was because I wanted to help other women set them up, because I saw what it did for me and my kids. Right. Now, you know, I'm not rich, but I have it. You comfortable? I'm comfortable. I'm growing. I'm trying to get up there some more, so I hang around the people that I'm trying to get up there. Right. But I always am humble and genuine in what I do. And so I wasn't looking to open a school. Right. I literally was blessed for real, because I got through into the instructors program by the lady where I went and got my license from. And I didn't understand. At first I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't have time to be coming in here. I got a whole job over here. Like, I'm lashing. You want me to come to class? And I'm in. So I started going, and when I really put my mind to it, I finished it, and of course got done. So I started going to different beauty schools in the area, and was asking them, do you have a lash program? Right. If you don't, would you like to start one? I can start it for you. I'll do everything. I just want to be able to give this to other people. And I went into this one beauty salon. It was a Hispanic lady, and we talked, and she was like, no, you need to open up your own school. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know how to do that. And she helped me. Wow. And no prior relationship or anything. It was just everything started to happen. Right. And it was just coming together. I mean, but you know what? Together.
Let me say this, and I'm going to let you finish. That's why it's important to have faith. Because what I'm hearing is you took initiative. You didn't wait on opportunity to come to you. She went door to door saying, hey, you need a lash program, And in the process of doing that, you know, the Bible says faith without works is dead. Yes. And so the thing is, God blesses kinetic energy. She's moving. Moving. Every time she takes a step, she's getting in alignment with where God has for her to go. And so here you are going door to door, business to business, and boom, divine appointment, divine connection. And now she helped you get your school. Okay, I'm gonna let you finish. I just had to throw that in there, because some people are out there who want to start a business and they don't get moving.
But the sad thing is, you know, I also see people who say, well, don't nobody want to help me. And I just feel like, I don't like that. It just bothers me. I'm a nurturer by nature. I get that, and I understand it now. But yeah, so the lady was like, "No, I'm gonna help you." She went in there. She printed out her paper. She said, "Bring me whatever it is that you needed. I'll help you with your documents, you know, whatever." So of course I had to pray and fast, because I was like, "Open up school, right? Where am I opening it up at?" You know,
and then, you know, sometimes we tend to be a little leery of people that we don't know, and then all of a sudden they want to help us, and you're like, I can't trust you, you know.
You know what? I will say this: when I run into people who are open to helping me to that capacity, I don't have those feelings. It's more so of other people. You know, what you got? Well, you know, how am I helping? No. I didn't answer because, you have to be careful. Because even though you have a business and you are affiliated with your hunger and them over here,
right.
Your hunger and them are representation of your stuff. And you have to be careful because you don't want everybody to be in your pot.
Right.
Not your finances, just the image of who you are. And
it matters who you're connected to.
It matters who you're connected to. It definitely does. But opening up a school, it'll be 2 years November. So
congratulations.
Yes, I'm excited. So November 19th, 2018 is when I was approved by the state of Texas to go ahead. And that was just nothing short of amazing. I had God send me visions. I was standing in my school before I knew where my building was.
Wow.
I would wake up with chills. I stayed up all night. I did all of the footwork, all of the behind the scenes. I had help, had a prayer circle, for real. But I just started putting it together. And like I said, I just was diligent. And I fasted like crazy.
Right.
I didn't understand what that looked like, but I feel like he put me in that position to start this school stuff because it made me become more connected. And I know you asked when I started. So in 2016, 17, somewhere around there, 2016, I ended up with an assistant and we were working. And I was like, what if I needed some money?
Don't we all?
I needed money.
Right.
I had never went. It was a whole year, and my first time not paying my rent, I freaked out. It was a slow month,
Right.
We have those times. Don't be discouraged when it happens. Some people say, "Oh, we 52 weeks in a month. You should make $300 every week and make sure you." But you got to take at least 3 months out of there,
right?
At the minimum, But so I did, and a friend of mine, she was like, "You gotta write your goals." I had wrote my stuff down, and I put it up, and da da da. So I was like, "Okay, let me see what they look like." And I did. I wrote out a money goal, and I had it sitting on my mirror in my bathroom at home. So I seen it every day, and I hit that goal, baby. Because I was like, "Well, let me just run a class right quick."
Right.
I think I ran my class for $300 or something. I had 9 people sign up.
Wow.
And
I remember all the posts. I was reposting like, I had never had that many people. I was stretching trying to get one person. Right.
And so when that started happening, and that was literally 3 months, every 2 weeks. And the biggest class I had 13 students.
Wow.
March of 2017. I had to scavenge and get a conference room, baby. So I knew then, this is me. This is what it looks like.
I'm walking in.
Yes. I never had counted that much money at one time. Well, I had, but not my stuff.
Right.
And it's not about the money. It was just the fact that for me, like, that was my hardest. That was me knowing that I was doing something and I was actually teaching. Because I always heard people say, "Well, I went over here and wasted my money," or "They didn't teach us, and I don't know what to do." Because you remember when I did your lashes, that next day I was like, I don't remember what that lady told me.
Right. I remember when you were finished and we walked out of the building, and I was like, "I'm so happy for you, cousin." She was just like, "Thank you." And I was super hyped.
She was.
And
her lashes was so ugly.
She was very long. Like, baby, I was showing the lashes everywhere. I was like, "Look at my lashes. Look at my lashes."
She had like 20 lashes. In an hour.
I was happy though.
I
was like, "Y'all, my cousin doing lashes now. Y'all need to get her number." And I'm sure at the time they was like, "She did them?" And I was like, yes. I was batting my eyes, like I was proud. Whatever.
She was. But you need people like that,
right?
You definitely do, because if you don't have it, oh my gosh. But seeing how those classes, certification classes, right? When you know better, you do better. But when those classes was just doing this for me, I was like, "Oh yeah, okay, let me go." That's what boosted me to say, "Let me go and finish this instructor's license right quick."
Right.
And so, like I said, but finishing it, going over there, that lady telling me that, running into a place, seen a building in April, 2018. And I was like, I can't afford this.
Right.
So I left. I was like, if it's for me, sir, I will be back. I called them in. A friend of mine said, girl, my sister and her friend is opening up a boutique over here in DeSoto. Da 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 da. Not knowing I had already been over there.
Right.
So when she told me, I said, girl, I've been over there already. Let me go back to my email.
Now, how much time had passed?
Oh, this was like 2-3 months.
Okay.
Yeah, because I went and met the guy in April. I think I emailed him in June. Right? And I signed my lease in September. So everything happened so fast. And I had just got my instructor's license in June. Yeah, in June.
And then a couple months later,
I opened up a school. And I didn't realize that until maybe a few months ago. Like, in that moment, you don't get to sit in it and be like, ooh.
But what I see is, from beginning to the end, you constantly were moving.
Yes.
Constantly evolving. It wasn't just enough to say, oh, I'm going to do lashes. I'm going to get my certification. I'm going to get my shop. Now I'm going to do some lash training. Now it's like, okay. It was like God constantly pushing
something
you.
else.
Right.
Because when I was lashing at home,
I was there too.
Yes.
Every step of the way, she would come to my house. I'll be laid across the couch. I mean, I'm telling you, get you a hype man. I'm telling you.
One. Or a couple of them.
Right, quite a few of them.
But I had a client tell me one time, she was like, oh, girl, because I think I said, I'm going to be doing lashes. And I want to learn something else I was doing. I don't even remember. And she said, oh, girl, you know, they said you have to have 7 streams of income to be a millionaire. I never had heard that before. Probably did, but didn't take it in because it wasn't by me.
You didn't believe it for yourself.
It wasn't for me. I was in corporate America, so I knew how to hustle in corporate America. I knew that in order for me to move up, I needed another degree. I needed some extra training on the job or whatever. So I knew that part. I didn't understand the other side. But when she said that to me, it started making me like look at other things. Because I think I started selling lash line. It was something real simple. And so just like you said, just the steps. It took steps.
Right. And
I didn't pressure myself to do it. Because I just kind of was walking into everything. I literally have been walking in my purpose and not understanding what it was.
By faith.
Yes, by faith for sure. But like you said, even, you know, in the Bible, faith without works is dead. That's the same thing when people talk about manifestation. Like, you can't just sit here and say, girl, I'm going to get a husband tomorrow.
You got to go out.
You know what
I'm single. Just so you know, good genes.
Because it's just
y'all see the y'all see the Native American right here? No.
But, you know, because so I know now that is the big thing. Manifesting. You got to manifest it. You got to speak it. But you can't just speak and manifest it and be sitting there with your brains on the couch. About, girl, well, I can't wait until it comes. You have to literally bust your behind and do what you gotta do.
And see, what I love about your story is, if you really pay attention every step of the way, she was saying, I don't have that. I don't see that for myself. I don't have no money. I can't afford this. And I know it sounds crazy, you guys, but that is the perfect time for God to work. Because He wants you to say, I can't do this. So that He can show up and show Himself strong in your life, and He can get all the glory, all the victory. You can't thank nobody but Him, because it was God that did it for you. So if you are in that spot where you like, I'm there right now, listen to her. Listen to you are looking at a live manifestation of a faith walk. Us sitting here on this set is a live manifestation of a faith walk. You get what I'm saying? It went from, like you said, I was getting visions, I was having dreams, I was having chills.
And it was weird for me.
Right. So even sitting here on this set, God gave me a vision. I heard I was on the phone one day, and then 2 months later, bam, we on the set. So it's like you have to work that faith.
You have to work it. You gotta work it. And I know I said earlier, like, I grew up in church, foundation, I believe in God, I've never not. but I said, you know, that wasn't me.
Right.
And
because it hadn't become personal.
It hadn't become personal.
It was routine.
It was routine.
Right.
It was, well, I know God is gonna make a way. You know, but I prayed about. I grew up Church of Christ. And coming, you know, granny, modern stuff. Koji. You know, Koji. I used to be so scared to go to Baptist church. I was like, what are they doing in there? Hell, Church of Christ, we had no music, you know, it was mellow.
Right.
But I realized 2013, 2014, churches wasn't popping for me anymore. I was just going.
Right.
And I started, it was routine. You know, I knew church started at 9, I was getting there like 11. Because to get out at 12, you know, that's not what we grew up on. We was in Sunday school, we was at church, we was in a choir, we were active, but it wasn't fitting me anymore.
Right.
And I didn't understand what that was. So I started praying, and I started dating somebody. They go to church. I mean, they would go out.
Right.
Sunday, Saturday night, and be up Sunday morning on the drums. You know, it's like, oh, I gotta get up. He gonna think I'm here. Let me start going somewhere. Cause I got to the point where I did not want to go to church just as I was going to church.
Right.
Because we also know that, you know, if your spirit isn't right, God, He don't want you there.
Right.
He wants you there, but why are you going when you're not getting anything?
Right.
And so that's where I was. But I started praying and trying to figure out, Lord, lead me where we need to go. And I ended up going to the church that I am at now. And my spirituality started transitioning so fast. But I felt like that was for the purpose of everything God was putting me forward with my business.
Right.
And my personal life and being a mommy and a woman in general, because she can tell you, baby, the way I talk to you, this wasn't me.
No.
I was very meek, very shy, and I kind of still had it, but the confidence
I was
is
going to
there.
say you're a lot more confident.
And, you know, the strength is there. Went to Sarah Jake's conference, the first one she had, and when I came back, you talking about vision after vision after vision of doing, you know, I did the fear thing, right? And so it was just a lot of different stuff transpiring, and I hold on to it, you know, and that's what keeps me grounded, because it's not easy. And these days I be like, let me go find a job right now.
And it gets like that. It gets like that, and that's when you have to put your faith into work again. Let me tell you something. It's a constant work of faith. It's not like I'm gonna have faith at the beginning and that's it. No. You know, because there are gonna be times when you want to quit. There are gonna be times when you want to get that consistent two-week paycheck. You know, because it's easy.
It's easy.
It really is.
Yes.
But stepping out on your own, there are so many uncertainties. You don't know if it's gonna work. You like, I'm a mother. I have 2 kids. I have people relying on me. You know, and
people,
right?
Not just kids.
Right.
No, for real. You know, people used to message me and say, "Why you didn't post today?" Because I started getting where I post inspiration, you know, and I stopped when we had that conversation. He was like, "You ain't just about social media, I thought I was doing right. So okay, Lord, let me step back, and I appreciate that kind of stuff. But people was watching me. I mean, people I didn't even know, you know. So it was like, you just inspire me so much, Shia. For me? Oh, okay, thanks. I didn't know how to accept it.
Right.
Now I do. You know, I had a girl just tell me last week, she was like, you just seem like you just so hardcore and you just don't, it don't matter. And I was like, do I? I don't mean to sound like that, but this is what it is. Because I can't pacify anybody when it comes to this type of stuff.
Right.
Because if I pacify you into being a business owner, you're going to fail.
Right. Come on.
You're just going to fail.
You gotta have
Think about how many times you done wanted to go off on a person with bad customer service. Think about how many times you was going to your stylist and you decided, oh, my attitude done got real bad and I'm not going back over there.
Right.
So those kind of things make a huge difference when it comes to elevating your business and keeping it alive. Like, I don't just want to have this business, you know, for the next 5 years.
You know what? In ministry, they call it walking worthy of your calling.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Bible it says, too much whom is given, much is required.
Right.
And so people want the giving.
They want the
giving.
giving.
Much is given, but they don't want to do the much that's required. And that means changing your attitude. See, I know my cousin. We know each other. You know, we've seen the growth, you know? And so it's like changing your attitude.
Mm-hmm. Your thought process.
Humbling yourself. You know, shutting your mouth when you want to pop off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you want to throw hands, you like, okay, I gotta look weak right now, but that's really strength.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like I have to walk worthy of what God is calling me to be.
He's calling me.
I'm a business owner now. So now I'm not on the bottom of the totem pole where I can get upset and then they'll fire me. No, I have too much to lose.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something. Just with me, because it's so, like how he was like, well, you got a school too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when people ask me, I'm like, well, I just have a lash. I do lashes.
Mm-hmm.
I teach lashes, you know. And I feel like I have to start putting it out because, you know, we always been taught to just be humble. You don't have to showcase everything.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got to put it out there all the
Or like
time.
Granny put it, all of this is because of the Lord. It's the Lord.
Yes, Granny. But you never know who you are next to.
Right.
You know, and so it's guys that be like, she got a what? You got a, you teaching people. You must be cold, though. Like, you got it heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes you feel good.
Right.
You know, and then sometimes you may be around people and it's like, oh, you just trying to show out, but you can't be worried about them.
Mm-hmm.
You really can't. But I have gotten to where, you know, I understand now. I wear a lot of hats.
Right. Right.
And I try to keep it together.
You have to find a balance.
Because I think
How
I would.
do
I
you
say,
do
well, what day is it? What time? Okay,
even getting her here. Right. Even getting her here. And when it comes to business, we're a lot alike. We are business women. You know what I'm saying? And so whenever she would ask me, I don't care if she's my cousin. When is it? Did you check your email?
Yes, she did.
I sent that. You need to go back and find it. I sent that on the 25th.
But
it wasn't just because she was my
right.
cousin that I was like, maybe a good cousin. I don't have time for that. If you committed to this, you signed, go look at the information I sent you.
Exactly, but that is also what separates. Oh, I just sell this stuff.
Right. Come on.
I have a business.
Come on and bring it back around.
But you can't do that. You know what I mean? You just can't.
Right.
But, and I respect it. Yeah, I didn't get an attitude. I didn't feel any kind of way. Because I know how she is.
Right.
And
but that goes back to even, y'all, okay, so I arrived late in town. And she was supposed to do my lashes. So I was trying to, you know... I already knew what it was, and I was just like, I knew she had 2 locations. And so I knew I was already too late to go to my appointment in Dallas, but I was like, maybe she's at her other location. So I was trying to slide it in there, and she was like, no. I was like, oh, okay, I mean, that's fine. I'm good. I was just buy me some strips.
Ouch. You have to, I tell every person that I deal with, whether I'm mentoring them, whether they are in my students get mentored hands down. You know, I give them a lot. But I always tell them, I don't care if it's your mama, granny, sister, cousin, auntie. If you tell mama to be here at 1,
that's your business.
And she shows up at 1:30, mommy can't get her lashes done.
Right.
Because if you can tell your mama no,
right.
you can tell anybody no. And it's not no because you feel like you're too good. It's no because my time.
You can't
my
get
time
That's
matters.
right. Yeah.
And because your time matters, even if you just started doing lashes today or selling insurance or whatever it is that you do, you gotta make people respect it, especially if you're running on the schedule.
Right.
Okay, I'm learning a schedule.
Right.
I've been in business 5 years. So I'm learning a schedule. I'm still learning it. But you have to devise a schedule because if you don't, you're gonna be all over the place. And you have to make people understand and realize, no, I'm not just the girl next door doing your hair or doing your nails.
Right.
Or, you know, whatever. I am this businesswoman because when I post, you don't know who posted.
Right.
Because I always say, we are open, us, you know.
Right.
I'm like 50 people in one person. But it definitely takes some endurance and strength.
You know what? You said devising a schedule. And, you know, as being a businesswoman, a mother, you have to find a balance. How do you balance mommy life with entrepreneur life?
So, I say I'm gonna take off days, and I don't. But when I hear my kids, we can't, you told mama, and it's like, okay, you gotta step back to shit right quick because you are taking away from my kids started acting out. When I started opening my shop and opening my the school, they started acting out. And I feel like it was because so much was trying to be attacked on me, it started going to my kids.
Right.
And we don't realize it. And until you can understand that, because instead of saying, why are you doing it? You know, why are you doing it? Sit down somewhere. You got to start asking your kids what's wrong.
Right.
Because when they're used to you being tangible all the time, they're used to you being available 24/7. And we can go when we want to, but they're not realizing that mommy's shifting from here to here to there. It becomes a problem.
Right.
Half of my week is in Dallas, and the other half is out of town.
Right.
So it takes away a lot because I'm having to be everywhere, and I have to be mommy. I can't. I told him the other day, I might not make your game. Just joking. Why you not gonna make my game?
Right. Casey thinks he's her dad, y'all.
Why you not gonna make my game, mom? So you really not coming to my game? And so for that, it's like I can't miss no game.
So parenting is priority.
Oh, parenting is priority over anything. I have to be right first.
Right.
You know, but like anything, relationships, business, parenting is first. If I'm in the midst of teaching and something happens to my kid, I'm gonna finish that segment, but I gotta go because it's just me.
Right.
You know, I can call my granny, my grandfather, and a couple of people maybe, but I don't have the hey babe or hey can you go over there and get them right quick?
Right.
I don't have it, and I don't sit and linger in it either. You know, it can get depressing, it can get lonely sometimes. You feel like you're just going, but it's rewarding for me because I know my kids they here for me.
Right. So it seems you found the blueprint for success in your life.
Yeah, girl.
You know, because everybody's measure of success is different.
Different.
So what are your future goals from here forward?
Oh, I want to be doing what you're doing. I want to be sitting up here talking to people. Well,
you can be like her. You can be like her.
My vision, I can't talk out because it just chokes me up. So my main vision at this point during COVID sucked for me because I ain't had no money.
Right.
I wasn't making anything.
Right.
Literally nothing. Okay, for like 4 months. So trying to get all this together, but when I sit in it, I did mentoring calls with people. So I was paying them money I had, but I didn't have it.
Right.
And maybe after the third call, I was like, you know what? I'm not asking nobody this money. Because they telling me exactly what I tell my people anyway. Or they're telling me what I already know. The difference is they have it set up already and I don't.
Right.
I have it here, but I don't have it on paper. And so all I saw was seminars and workshops.
Another elevation.
I'm just trying to understand how to get there. Because I don't want to be behind a chair anymore. Like, I love lashing, and I'm going to keep, in case somebody sees, I'm going to keep my people that I lash because I love it.
Right.
But I'm ready to delegate some stuff. Like, I'm ready to walk around and say, okay, so this business is running good. This is running great over here. We don't have any problems. You know, I don't have to sit in class because I did tell God, if I have to go back and teach every day, I'm not doing this school no more.
Right.
Because I didn't realize how much it took from me.
Right.
And my kids. And even with with Daddy passing away last year, like I went back to work right after that happened. And I had to go look at a timeline one day and I said, okay, so my daddy passed away on the 5th of September. I lost a whole relationship that day that nobody really knows about. So a real relationship. Okay? We'll talk about that.
I was gonna say, wait a minute.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
so, but maybe 2 or 3 days later, I was back in class teaching students, funeral, wake. I worked to the day of the wake. And then went back to work right after. And the day of her birthday was, my baby birthday was that weekend. So I never got to stop. And I think when I'm pressured, I work harder, but that's not good either, you know? But what I want to do is I'm ready to start giving people what I didn't have. I didn't have a solid mentor. I didn't have somebody I could honestly, genuinely go to and know that they were going to really help me elevate myself out. And that's where I am now. I am ready to be this business guru, walking around, and I don't have to stay in Dallas, y'all. I come to Atlanta. I can come to wherever I need to be.
Come to Atlanta.
Come wherever I need to be. But I'm ready to travel and start giving off my talents, like helping people. Whether it's in lashing, whether it is mentoring them, and not just business mentorship. Because I have this social work background, I always try to help people get their lives together first. Because if that's not together, this ain't gonna work.
Right. And that's what I love about her, y'all. You know, it's not just because she's my cousin, but I tell her all the time how proud I am of her as a woman. As a woman, and she always saying, cousin, I'm trying to be like you. I'm like, girl, you do it. You know, I'm trying to be like you. What are you talking? She's like, you're my inspiration. You just always.
Man, so let me tell you, so even though you don't have kids, you still take into your little cousins, your nieces, your nephews, and stuff like that. But you will get up and go.
That's true. This is true. I will.
See, like even my granny say, she not here no more. Mama, she gone. She over here. She done went to Cali. She done went to Atlanta. She gonna go to Savannah, Georgia. She gonna go to New Hampshire. She gonna go wherever it is.
Wherever I need
that. And it's not just saying I'm gonna get up and move today. It's always a reason behind why you do what you do.
Right.
And you know,
and I'm over silence.
She did. Oh,
I'm over silence.
I told her this the last time. Don't call me the day before that you finna go. Because I can't take it, but I tell you that and I do the same thing.
Right.
And you know, the silent move I feel has been stretched like this. Because when you move in silence, it's preparation.
Right.
It's not till it's done. And I'm just now understanding that, you silently get it together first. Not completed, you started. And then once that pathway is started, then you start speaking on it. And see, I have messed myself up so much because I do it so much in silence. And he's like, I ain't got nobody help. Right. But you ain't got nobody.
Right.
You know,
right. It's true.
Because you're wanting it to get done. But that's why I tell you that so much, because I ain't never really seen you break. You know, I've never seen you just get to the point where you're like, I just ain't with. I mean, I have, but you know. But it's always, I don't know, man, I gotta wait around and get over here. If I gotta go Uber, I'm an Uber.
Right.
If I gotta go to this, I'm
whatever
to
it is.
If I have to go over here and count pennies for the man on the corner just to make sure I get paid today, I'm gonna get it done. And that's why I say this to you all the time, because it's not, I have that around me, but it's not enough. And then when you don't have it enough from family, you know, it makes it different.
Right. And
so that's why I always tell you that, because I do. You know, even without the kids, you still move like you got kids, because you know, you don't just be out here just doing stuff. It's always a purpose behind what you were trying to get done. And that's what I appreciate the most, because I'm able to look at somebody else and say, okay, she got that dude. Okay, I need this together over here. You know? So that's why I tell you that.
Thank you.
Know?
Thank you. I love my cousin. Listen, she is a major inspiration. I mean, like I said, well-rounded, educated, a mommy, a business owner, and she's still humble and she got herself together.
Oh, yeah.
There are so many of you out there that are watching this segment saying, you know what, I'm an entrepreneur. I want to do what she's doing or whatever it is that's your endeavor or your goal. You can get it done. She's giving you the blueprint. She's giving you the steps. She's showing you her process, and the process is not easy. It's ugly. Y'all see the glamour, but the going through, the crying, and going through her personal life. You know, we were sitting here just now talking about how she buried her dad. It's her daughter's birthday. She had to go lash right after that. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. And of course, you take time for yourself. But what I'm saying is, she remains diligent. She remains diligent. So I'm glad y'all joined us, but I want you to tell the people the name of your company again, how they can get in touch with you, when you're open, give them all your business, and we'll have it posted as well.
Business. So again, I'm Tashea Scott. It's SHEA, not Shay. Okay, Shea. So you can everything now is on my website.
Yes, give them the website.
So it's www.shelovelashes.net. N-E-T.
Spell love.
SHELUV.
Right.
Lashes.net. It's all one word. So you can go on there. You can book a lash appointment. Now look, if you're not in Texas and you would like me to do your lashes, all you gotta do is message me.
Right.
Email me and we can make it happen. Even if you want to do classes. But my services are on my website. My mentoring is on my website. If you want to do that. The class schedule, the classes are on there, and then the retail part.
And seminars are coming soon.
And the seminars, the inspirational speaking, the motivational speaking, like that is where I want to be now.
And she's there now. Book her. Baby. Book her. You need to add a column for that on your website. She's available for speaking engagements. She's available for seminars. She's available for motivational speaking. You need to add that. So she will add a booking tab on her website. Boom, it's done. We already know push that out. You see how big cousin do you? We're gonna make sure you out there. But thank you guys. I'm telling you. Thank you for joining me, for having this conversation. Yeah. Not just because you my boo, but just for joining me and believing in my dream and what I want to do. But I thank y'all for listening in, for tuning in. Every month, we're going to rebroadcast this next week, but every month, if you're an entrepreneur and you want to be highlighted and you want somebody to hear your story of entrepreneur, you know what, before we do that, I always ask, the name of the segment is EntrepreKNEWWHAT. What is it that you wish you had known before becoming an entrepreneur? Real quick.
I wish I knew how to set up a business the right way from the start.
Right.
And I wish I knew how much it took to be an entrepreneur. And that going into it, having a team is the most a good thing. It's not bad.
Okay. So she wish you knew. Look, that's her EntrepreKNEWWHAT question. How to set up a business, and she got it rolling because God allowed people to come into her path that helped her out, and He will do the same thing for you. If you are an entrepreneur, listen. Send me your information. We want to hear about your story. We want to hear about your business. We want to highlight you for the month so other people can get, take advantage of your services. And we want to see you grow. Join me tomorrow. You know what it is. It's going to be Wednesday. What's the issue Wednesday? We got an amazing topic. We have amazing guests. I can't wait for you guys to tune in. Join me again this rebroadcast next week. Rewatch her story. Listen, rewatch her story. You need the motivation. You need the inspiration. You need to grow. Get out of the box. It's not beneficial for you, okay? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining ZMR Ministries. Have a good night. Thank you, baby. Thank you. God bless y'all. We love you. Have a good night.
Tell me who makes the flowers bloom in spring? Tell me who gives the air that you breathe? Ooh. Everything that you need, He will provide. So you may as well come on and give Him a try. 'Cause He's awesome. Ooh. He's awesome. He's awesome.